Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the next installment of my deco panning project pan. I do not have as an exciting update as I usually do in this project, but we are going to roll something in, so I'm excited about that. But before we jump into any of the products, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love time and family. But let's just jump into the video. So this project was created by Emilynmax and she was inspired by bookswithmaddi. Yeah, I think you all know kind of what this project entails of. But basically the whole project is based on a game board and a deck of cards, hence the name deco panning. And each month if you roll something out, you pick a card at random from your deck, and then each card corresponds to a different prompt in the game board. So that's the main gist of the project, but you can check out my intro or Emily's to learn more about the project if you are new to it. But I'm going to jump in straight to the products in this one. And the first product that I have, which corresponds to the most expensive, is my Natasha Nona gold palette. It's very grubby now, it has lots of fingerprints on it, and I kind of need to clean the outer packaging. But yes, with this one I have a goal of using this 30 times, and 5 of those needs to be in exclusive looks. So this has been enough for 3 months, and this is where it looked like at the last update. Obviously I'm not trying to pan or anything, but I just kind of like to see how much more use this looks now compared to when I first rolled it in. And this is what the palette looks like today, so I do have a bit more use on it, and I have reached for this an additional 5 times in the past month. I'm actually wearing one of these shades today. I'm wearing this blue shade here, which is called Aurora. I'm wearing that on the kind of inner and outer halves of my lid, and then I have a different shade in the middle. But I have incorporated this into 5 different looks in the past month. None of those has been exclusive. So far I have used this twice exclusively, and in total I have now used this 19 times. So I have 11 more to go, and I think if I really put my mind to it, I should be able to roll this out by the next update. I'm not going to guarantee it though, but I'm really going to try to incorporate this more into looks so that I can roll it out by the next update. Next up we have my Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Solstice. I think this was in for underrated or performs like high-end or something like that, and this one I think it might have been underrated, but this one I had it in, and I wanted to pan on one of the shades in here. One of them is already used up, and you can see here where I was with this at the last update, and hopefully you can see I was kind of focusing on the peach shade. And since the last update I have used this an additional 9 times, and this is where I am today. So you can see that I was actually able to pan on this highlighter, which is really exciting. I did it quite early in the month. I actually forgot that I hadn't updated this project yet with this product, because it feels like it's ages ago since I had pan on it. But I basically use this every single day as my highlighter until I pan on it. So yeah, since then I haven't really used it. So 9 more times to hit pan on this, and in total it took me 51 uses to hit that pan. I think I might have used the other 2 shades a bit as well, but quite early on focusing on this one, so maybe it took me around like, I don't know, 48 uses I'm guessing to hit pan on it. But I am very excited to have another pan in this and getting some more use out of it, because it is a really good highlighting palette. Next up we have a product that I rolled in 2 months ago now, and that is my California blush by Benefit. This is just the mini size, but I rolled this in for a use of 30 times, and so far before the last update I had used this 9 times, and I had used this an additional 8 times in this past month, so I am on 17 uses. Honestly I don't think you will be able to see any difference in the pan, because this was rolled in for a balancing act, and I rolled this in because it's a very pigmented blush, so I really don't need much of it, and I need to be careful so I don't put too much on, hence the balancing act. So I have quite a way to go with this, but I'm going to try to focus in on this again. But I don't think I will be able to roll this out at the next update, because I'm currently working on 4 blushes in projects, and then I have another one in my shop, my stash. So I'm working on all the blushes at the moment, so I feel like they will all kind of stay in a bit longer, because I need to kind of divide my attention between all 4 of them. But I am happy to have gotten 8 more uses out of this in the past month, and I think if I stick to around, I don't know, 7-8 uses each month, I'm gonna be quite happy with that. Then we have the last 2 products, which are both eyeshadows. We're gonna start with this one here, which is from my Magic Mini palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm working on the shade Bornu. So this one, like I said, was rolled in at the last update, and this is where I was when I first rolled it in. And I have used this in additional, well, I have used this 4 times since it rolled in, and this right here is where it is at the moment. So hopefully you can see that I do have a little bit of a dip in the shade, but I don't have pan yet. I feel like these eyeshadows take me usually around maybe 8 to 10 uses to hit pan on, depending on the shade. So I think that I will hit pan on this by next update, but I just have had a lot of eyeshadows again that I'm focusing on and dividing my attention between. So I could have probably hit pan on this if I focused on it more, but I was working on some other neutral shades rather than this. But now I'm focusing more on this for my everyday looks, and I'm definitely going to set a goal of hitting pan on this for the next update, so this should be rolling out then. And I think this rolled in for an eyeshadow or something in a palette. I think it was an eyeshadow, and that's what I picked this for. And then the final product that I rolled in is from my Naked Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette, and I rolled in this for the random color generator, so I'll pop up the color that I rolled in up there. So I decided to go with an eyeshadow from here, which is called Mama Tutorials, and this is what it looks like when I first rolled it in, and it looks exactly the same today because I have not yet used it. So with this one, I haven't used it because if you are following my whole collection for pan, which will be my next video going up, I am panning a really similar shade in that project, and I'll be focusing to get my 15 uses out of that shade before focusing on this eyeshadow. So I unfortunately have not reached for this yet, but these pans are quite shallow, so once that eyeshadow is done and I hit my goal on that, I should be able to pan on this rather quickly. So I might be able to do it by next update, but I'm not sure. Also, it is a bright blue, so I can't really use it every single day, but it is a beautiful shade, and yeah, I just haven't had time to use it yet. So I have my game board down here, and I have my deck of cards right here. I have already shuffled it, but I'm going to cut it a couple of times just so like I can shuffle it a bit extra before I actually pull my card. So there we go. And I only hit y'all on one of my items, which was the Sleek Solstice highlighting kit or highlighting palette. So I'm just gonna pull one card, and I always go from the top, and let's see what card I get. We got 2 of clubs. Okay, so 2 of clubs is not my favorite category, but I got body care. It is a bit of a boring one for me, but I'm gonna go and pick something out, and then I will be right back. So I'm back, and I have my item that I picked out, and I actually decided to go with a fake tanner. And this one is the Cocoa Brown by Marissa Carter fake tan, and this is in the shade dark. I actually don't know if this exists outside of Sweden, but this is where I got it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I haven't seen it around here in the UK, but it might just be because it's a bit older and there's probably newer browns now. But yeah, I picked this up when I lived back home, and this is getting a bit older. I don't know how much is left in here. I think it might like be this much, but the reason why I'm adding this in because we are at the end of summer now, and I don't think this will be good for another season, and I don't like fake tanning in winter, and I really want to just get this out before we enter the cooler months, because I'm sure that, like I said, by next season this is not going to be good anymore. And I have a few other fake tans in my collection as well, so if I do need any in winter or like for an event throughout the colder months, I can use that instead. So I really just want to get this out, and I have no idea how long that will take, because with fake tan as well, you can use it maybe like once a week, because it does last pretty well. This one claims to last up to 7 days, so yeah, a week. And I don't always fake tan all the time, so we'll see how long this lasts me, but I just thought it would be something that was nice to add in, especially because it is something that I want to move out soon anyway. So that was my update for this month's Liquid Pan video. I thought that I would hit goal on more than one item, but I'm okay with just one. It's always just fun to roll something else in, although I'm not particularly the most happy with the category that I rolled in this time, because yeah, I mentioned that body care isn't really something that's very exciting for me to pan, but nevertheless I'm just happy to roll something in and keep this project rolling. So I think next update I will have more of an exciting one, and I should be able to hit goal on hopefully at least 2 or 3 of these items. So that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go and give it a thumbs up, and otherwise I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.